Good morning, everybody. It is 6 a.m. here on your Christmas Eve, and we are glad you're joining us. I'm Grace McKenna. We got meteorologist Matt Breland in the house as well. Matt, with some not very Christmas-like weather. I know I'm comfortable finally for once in December. However, for the vibes, I understand why a lot of other people probably want it to be a little bit cooler.
Exactly. The vibes are the big takeaway with this forecast for sure. I know some people are really wanting it to be cooler for the Christmas season. However, that's just not really the case for us this week, at least. We've got temperatures in Jefferson County starting off this morning in the mid-50s. The rest of us over in southern Indiana, 54 Bedford, 54 Scottsburg, 52 Elizabethtown, 56 near Shepherdsville. Satellite and radar continuing to keep us cloudy, and also our southernmost counties seeing some of these very spotty light rain showers that are still continuing for the rest of our morning time. As we go throughout the rest of the day, you can expect this pattern to just remain consistent with us. We are not going to see these clouds ease up anytime soon. We're going to remain in a fairly cloudy pattern for the next several days. Now, our southernmost counties and folks near Elizabethtown, Bardstown, Campbellsville, that's likely where we're going to see more of this spotty shower activity. As we go later on into our Tuesday afternoon, the clouds will still be continuing. The rain chances still focusing more towards our south with those just light rain showers. Not expecting heavy downpours, just pesky patches of drizzle. And you can expect a cloudy start to our Christmas Eve. So today, those temperatures staying mild into the lower 60s for highs, fair amount above our average for this time of the year. Typically, we're in the mid-40s. So reaching the mid-60s, that's a bit abnormal for us. As we head into Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, expect temperatures to range into the 60s, the mid-60s Christmas Day, with those spotty showers still continuing. That's a look at your holiday forecast. More weather details coming up, but here's an update on traffic this morning. As of right now, everything's looking good to go across all of our major interstates and roads into and out of the Louisville Metro. If we have anything that's slowing us down, we'll let you know. Grace?
All right, Matt, thank you. Our top story this morning, an internal investigation at the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office led to charges against one of its own. Sheriff David James has suspended Deputy Christopher Robinson without pay while the case plays out. The JCSO says Robinson, who was assigned to the auto inspection unit, has been charged with second-degree forgery, second-degree perjury, and first-degree official misconduct. The office said the alleged misconduct is focused on duties of the auto inspection unit and not roadside law enforcement. Robinson will be arraigned December 29th at 9 a.m. And LMPD is investigating a crash that killed a man in the Okolona neighborhood. Police say two men were crossing Preston Highway in a dark section of the road just after 5 last night. They made it to the center median when one of them may have stepped back into the road. Police say a driver traveling southbound hit the man. The driver stopped and called for help, but the man who was hit died at University Hospital. LMPD doesn't expect to file charges. A staple of Kentucky's bourbon industry is taking a step back. Jim Beam is halting production at its main distillery in 2026. The company says the main campus in Claremont will keep bottling bourbon and storing product, but discontinue distilling beginning January 1st. Bourbon historian Michael Veach says the move comes as the Kentucky bourbon industry faces uncertain times.
Sales are down, overseas sales are down. They've got plenty of whiskey. They just need to shut down for a year.
In a statement, Jim Beam said it's taking the opportunity to invest in site enhancements. Employees are represented by the United Food and Commercial Workers Union. A spokesperson says as of now, there have not been layoffs. Other distilleries have made some tough production choices recently, too. In April, Brown-Forman closed its Louisville cooperage as industry sales softened nationwide. The company said bourbon sales dropped at least 4% over the past 2 years, causing a 12% workforce decrease. Nearly 650 jobs were cut globally, including more than 210 local employees by late April. Brown-Forman leaders said the changes were aimed at long-term stability as consumer spending and drinking trends shifted. This morning, time is ticking for Kentucky smoke shops. They have a deadline of January 1st to get a new retail license from the state in an effort to curb youth vaping. But senior reporter Isaiah Kim Martinez explains thousands of them still haven't filed applications.
I did not like it at all. I just hated the smell. I was really uncomfortable around it.
16-year-old Ksenia Miller of Northern Kentucky has never been a fan of cigarettes or vape products, which have become increasingly popular among her age group.
It's just been very accessible to youth.
It's why she's a staunch advocate for Kentucky's Senate Bill 100, signed into law earlier this year. It allows state authorities to show up unannounced at smoke shops to ensure they're not selling to folks under 21. And to check that they're only selling FDA-approved vape products. The law goes into effect January 1st, opening the door for harsher fines and penalties for businesses that don't comply.
It is something that's really important just for the protection of Kentucky kids.
The law also requires businesses selling tobacco, nicotine, or vape products to get approved for a specific retail license by next year. Problem is, there's been a time crunch. The state's application portal opened in mid-November, and Steve McLean with the Kentucky Retail Federation says more than 3,000 tobacco retailers still haven't applied.
Those that haven't got their applications in need to do that in the next 9 days.
It's unclear whether those who've dealt with technical issues online will be given a grace period if they don't meet the deadline. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear was asked about the issues some businesses have had with the application process, struggling to meet the deadline.
Yeah, I need to check on that. If there's a challenge there, we'll look into it, and certainly businesses should be treated fairly.
This year, the nationwide battle over vape products has intensified, with distributors arguing e-cigarettes are a safer alternative for folks addicted to smoking. Isaiah Kim Martinez, WHAS11 on your side.
Governor Beshear signed that bill into law in March, but the administration didn't launch the new required licensing process until November. Right now, Shively police are asking for your help identifying a robbery suspect. Take a look at these surveillance images. Shively police say this woman showed a gun during a fight and stole items from a Thornton's. As of this morning, we don't know when the incident happened, but Shively police do say the woman is considered armed and dangerous. If you've seen her or have any information, call the tip line. That number's on your screen. It's 502-930-2773. Right now, 2 suspects are in custody in connection to a murder last year. LMPD said a grand jury indicted 35-year-old Andra Jennings and 22-year-old Chris Owens on complicity to murder in connection to the homicide of Julius Gray. Gray died after a shooting in the Portland neighborhood in April of 2024. Both suspects are set to be arraigned January 5th at 10:30 in the morning. The investigation is ongoing as of this morning. If you have any information, call the anonymous tip line at 574-LMPD. Kentucky Attorney General Russell Coleman says the new violent crime reduction team has secured its first murder conviction. 54-year-old LaRon Spalding was found guilty of shooting and killing Jesse Reynolds in the Beachmont neighborhood in 2022. Spalding is set to be sentenced in February. AG Coleman's team has carried out 115 indictments since it was created in 2024. And Hardin County government says its offices will be open this Friday. Federal offices are supposed to be closed on Christmas Eve and December 26th after an executive order signed by President Donald Trump last week. But Hardin County government says there wasn't enough time for the fiscal court to formally approve the additional day and pay employees accurately. Judge Executive Keith Tall confirmed all county government offices will be open and operating with regular hours on the 26th. They will be closed Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. All right, Matt, coming over to you. We are certainly looking forward to Christmas Eve.
That's right, especially if you're excited about temperatures reaching 60 degrees. We are in a mild pattern for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Temperatures will be reaching the mid-60s on Christmas Day with spotty showers still in the forecast with cloudy skies. Not really the ideal weather pattern that some of you may be hoping for. We're going to have all the details about that forecast coming up here in just a few short minutes.